Welcome back, everybody. Now, you may have heard of the Whiskey Trail right here in Tennessee, and you may think that that means you're heading to Lynchburg, but not so.
That's correct. There are distilleries located in the downtown Nashville area that have a very, very cool story.
Now, Carol and I took a tour of one of the oldest distilleries around, Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery, home of Belle Meade Bourbon. We're making another stop along the Whiskey Trail. This time we are at Greenbrier Distillery. It's pretty fantastic in here already.
I gotta say, you guys set the scene. This is beautiful. Okay, so we've got brothers Andy and Charlie Nelson, where whiskey is in your blood, but you never knew it.
That's right, yeah. We basically just discovered the history of our great-great-great-grandfather's original distillery, and we've been working on resurrecting the company for the last 11 years.
You find the history, you discover that he had this. Did you actually discover the old recipe as well?
Yeah, so we've actually got a couple original recipes from back in the day, and then behind us over there, we've got some original full bottles from over 100 years ago. We've got, you know, the full original recipe for these right here.
Right.
And then we've got some like pieces and parts of other original recipes, but actually, this original recipe was found in an old newspaper article. Like, this journalist went on a tour at the distillery back in the day, and he took a tour from the head of production, and the guy went through the whole process.
The tours that happen here, because this is such a beautiful space.
Yeah.
What can people experience?
We take you through the hallway of history and teach you about the history a little more detailed than we just told you guys. And then you get to go out there to the production floor, see the barrel warehouse, the bottling line, and then finish off right here for the tasting.
All right, so we've got some samples. What would you like us to try first?
So we're gonna start off, this is our Nelson's Greenbrier Tennessee White Whiskey. So this is our unaged product. It comes off our still here. It's charcoal filtered in the style of a Tennessee whiskey.
Okay.
And we cut it to 91 proof and goes into the bottle. So this is corn, wheat, malted barley. This is the original recipe that Charles Nelson used. So it's pretty raw, you know. But just because
it's still really smooth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was actually expecting a hit. Like, okay, no, not at all.
Nice.
Actually, I like it, and it won't stain the clothes. Okay, next one up.
Okay, the next one, this is our most recent release. This is the aged version of what you just tasted. So this is Nelson's first 108. It is 2-year-old whiskey that had been aged for 2 years in 30-gallon barrels. Now, 30-gallon barrels are a bit smaller than industry standard, so it's gonna be a different flavor profile. Ooh. Of course, the fact that it was in a barrel at all will change that.
It has a little bit more like a caramel flavor
Definitely.
to it, right?
Wow.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
Brown sugar, a little sweetness.
Wow. Is this limited edition, or is this gonna be a permanent line?
Very much so.
This is only available here at the distillery.
Oh my goodness. Till when?
Well, until we run out. We only have 108 barrels of it, and we'll be staggering releases of it over the next 12 to 18 months until our 4-year-old Greenbrier Tennessee whiskey comes available. So,
okay, so that's the one to gift to friends.
Yeah, and so we branded this separately as Nelson's first 108 because it's aged in 30-gallon barrels. We only have 108 of those barrels, and it's the first time we've sold this in 108 years.
Oh my gosh.
Lots of history.
I love that.
Now, this is the one that I'm most familiar with.
So this is Belle Meade Bourbon, right? You know, high rye content bourbon. It's one of the original brands that Charles Nelson produced back in his day, one of about 30 labels that he had. And so this is, like Charlie said, close to the original. Like I said, high rye bourbon, 6 to 8-year-old barrels that we put in there. It's going to be certainly different from the Tennessee whiskey you just
They all
had.
have such different flavor. I gotta say, I did not realize all the different flavor profiles. I think that's cool, even if you aren't a normal drinker of this, that you can sort of get the little taste of the differences.
Thank you, guys. This is amazing. Cheers to
Absolutely.
you.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming.
I loved it. You can take a tour for yourself. Check it out. Runs every day on the half hour starting at 11. So Monday all the way through Sunday. They're on Clinton Street inside the Marathon building, which is super cool by itself.
That's a good story.
Belle Meade Bourbon you can find just about anywhere, any of your local wine and spirits shops. So stop by and check it out.
Excellent.